The Nun's Major proposes to shine a light on how the franchise's big threat in Conjuring 2 baddie, Valak, comes into existence. However, the film throws a lot of lore at its audience, and it's easy for even Conjuring superfans to get lost in all of this information. Accordingly, here's an easy-to-understand explanation of everything that goes down in the Nun's finale, as well as what its significance is to the larger Conjuring universe. The Nun explains that Valak's origins and this abbey's curse go all the way back to the Dark Ages. The Duke of St. Carta is responsible for summoning demons into the world, and he dabbles with the first evil that kicks off all of the world's supernatural weirdness. Understanding the Nun ending first requires cracking the puzzle that brings Sister Irene and Father Burke to the Abbey of St. Carta in the first place. Sister Irene learns that in order for Valak to roam free in the real world, he requires a host of process. Initially, it appears that Sister Victoria's death is a suicide from the result of Valak's torment, but in fact, it's a holy sacrifice so that Valak won't be able to take control of her. The film's final act revolves around sealing the Abbey's unholy ground and ensuring that Valak remains banished. This is a process that involves the actual blood of Jesus Christ, so clearly things are fairly out of control. Valak temporarily gains possession of Sister Irene until Frenchie is able to expose her to Jesus' blood to exorcise Valak's influence. Valak turns his attention to Frenchie, but Sister Irene is able to permanently seal away Valak by spitting Jesus' blood into his face. No less, and save St. Carta in the process, or so they think. Obviously, with Valak very much a threat in the other Conjuring films, he can't be vanquished just yet. The Nun ending pulls one final twist on its audience, but what's so impressive here is that Conjuring obsessives technically know how the film ends as soon as Frenchie reveals his French-Canadian roots and that his real name's Maurice. The film concludes with Valak secretly gaining possession of Frenchie. Note the upside-down cross mark on the back of his neck and the bombshell that Valak is using him as his conduit into the real world. The Nun then jumps 20 years in the future to the 1970s and features a very familiar scene. The film presents the Warrens' 3 stages of possession lecture from the beginning of The Conjuring, which contains footage of a very special exorcism. Ed Warren clearly identifies the exorcised subject as Maurice, or Frenchie, as his friends like to call him. This reveal is significant because it means that the Warrens weren't just dealing with any exorcism with Frenchie, but it's in fact the Warrens' first encounter with Valak, and likely what causes Lauren's recurring visions of the demon to begin in the first place. The dialogue in the lecture may be slightly tweaked. Maurice is identified as a French-Canadian farmer, not as Frenchie, in the original scene, but it's still a significant way to further link these narratives. And now we have started a new franchise, the Conjuring universe. Join me tomorrow when we cover Annabelle Creation. We are covering the franchise in a timeline order. When The Conjuring, The Devil Made Me Do It comes out, we will cover it as well. But see you tomorrow.